Hello, guys,
Welcome.
to Vibing with a Purpose.
So today it's a very special day. It's the last podcast of this year, so it's the end of season one. We had a long travel with us. So well, yeah, it's the end, and we hope to see you next year. But out of that, of course, we're gonna do a good podcast today. So please, our guests, present yourselves. Who are you?
Well, my name is Frida Perez, and now I'm in fifth semester of high school.
Hey, I'm Alexa Fragoso, and me too. I'm in fifth semester.
So be welcome, Frida and Alexa. And Liz, tell me, what are we gonna talk about today?
We're going to talk about beauty. Is beauty, for example, is beauty something like in general, you know? So, for example, let's talk our opinion. Do you think that the beauty of the humans in general, it's like something physical or something like mental or something like that? Like, for example, I think that beauty comes with your state of mind. For example, someone that is like I don't know. This is a weird example, but I don't think that Hitler is beautiful because I don't know. I don't think that he's like something
He
something
had a good
beautiful.
mustache. He had
Yeah.
a good mustache.
Yeah, but out of that, I don't think that. I mean, it exists like physical beauty and stuff like that, but I think that the beauty that as humans and persons with conscience we should be more focused on mental beauty than physical beauty. What do you think, Leonardo?
Well, so actually that's true. Personally, I just like when I'm looking for example, someone to be with. I mostly look for someone that can talk with me, someone that has like a good relation with me, not all for the physical. But there's like certain cases that you do it like unconsciously, that you judge people for how they look. For example, me, it will sound a little like stupid, but I don't like people that has tattoos and operations. Not because I see them bad, but like I like how the people is, and I think like having an operation, having a tattoo, is like not showing yourself as you are. Like you're hiding something. It's like when you lie, you aren't showing you as how you came to this world. So, for example, I have a little problem with that, but it's not like, oh, you're operated. I won't talk with you, to talk to you. No, it's just like I prefer to be with someone that it's as how he is always. Like he doesn't pretend to be someone else. What do you think, Frida and Alexa?
Well, yeah, like the essence, right? You focus on the essence. Yeah. Well, actually, beauty stereotype is the idea or expectation we draw about others, but we usually focus on the physical stuff. But I agree with the fact that the essence of a person is the most important thing.
Well, beauty is natural, and we are all pretty in our own way. But I disagree with Leo that something with surgeries and stuff like that, it's not as beauty as a person, as a natural person, because if she can change whatever she wants, like her nose or her titties or those things, she can do it if she can. And I'm agree with that. I think it's if she wants or he.
Mhm.
Yeah. So as you said, this is like something that affects, I think, both genders. I mean, the beauty concept is something that sometimes I'm gonna talk about myself, but maybe it's difficult to look at you in the mirror and say I'm beautiful. Sometimes it's a little difficult. So I think maybe all I know that both genders are like it's a difficult topic for both, but at least for me it is sometimes a little bit difficult. So what do you think?
Yeah, totally. Beauty stereotypes. can affect every gender in many ways, like emotionally, physically, every way, and because it doesn't know ages or gender, you know, it's like in general.
Yeah, and as we said, there's like this thing that it's so hard to say to ourselves that we look okay. Like it's pretty hard to say when we look okay, but when we look bad, we tell to ourselves, "Oh, you look horrible." Like it's pretty easy to say when you look bad, but it's pretty hard for you to accept that sometimes you're precious, you look beautiful.
Yeah, so the most type of stereotypes, I guess you could say, that at least for men, from my point of perspective, that we see as beautiful men, it's like well-shaped men, like very like you could say, I don't know how to say it in English, pretty buffed. I think it's the word, pretty buff, like with all the shape or of their muscles and stuff like that. And maybe it's something that we men can all learn. Like that's not beautiful. I mean, it is beautiful. It's something that it's pretty. But for example, imagine someone like that and being like a douche. For example, it disrespects everyone and it doesn't have like a sense of responsibility and it just focuses on himself. That's not beautiful. That's a pretty face maybe, but it's not like the beauty that we, as I said in the beginning, we should focus. Like it's not inner beauty. It's just something.
Yeah, and with women, we focus like in a cool shape, you know, like
The body shape.
yeah, totally, and without acne and
Clear skin.
yeah.
Yeah, as Liz, I mean a little to you. For example, talking by myself, it's more common on men to be like ashamed of our body than of our face. I don't. We already did a podcast about the body shaming, but because I want to connect a little bit with that, and I don't know if we already talked about that. Anyway, so yeah, it's something pretty like it makes us like be afraid of ourselves when we don't enter in that stereotype of the perfect body of a man. Because, for example, I'm a bone, like I am pretty skinny, and sometimes that's like hard. It's a little hard because I'm ashamed of like wearing like sleeveless shirts and tank tops because it's like something that people doesn't see common in any kind of body. Like you need to be like this, and that's like a little, well, yeah, it's a little frustrating for a lot of people.
Yeah, as we have all we all know, it's difficult to accept ourselves, our body, and be like, yeah, I look good, and I know that I'm going to be like the person I want to be, not because I look good, because I think good, you know?
Yeah, but we um do those things because those are the like the things we grow up with, you know. And now people of our ages are, well, we are the most affected by those things, you know, because social media, Netflix, YouTube, every yeah.
Yeah, as you said, I think that you're going to the point that society is pushing teenagers, especially as you said, teenagers, to focus on only on their body and be like very mortified. I guess you could say, like being like, oh, I'm not like this actress or actor. I want to be like that. I need to be like that. That's that's something that it does happen, and it's maybe difficult to like be like, I don't need to be like that. But yeah, as you said, it's something difficult that society has like nos ha arrinconado, I don't know how to say that word, to think about it.
Yeah.
And with the clothes that they create, like really tiny crop tops, that someone, like, I want to use them, but I don't feel that I have the body shape that I can use those clothes. And that makes me, well, talking in general, but in personal at the same time, it makes me like really sad or really uncomfortable with my own body because of the stereotypes.
Yeah, yes, I think both genders, as I said, maybe struggle with it, but I know that women like it's something like more extreme. Maybe men hide their emotions and stuff like that, but in my point, or at least in my point of view and my perspective, I think that the woman suffers more a lot of being like constantly reminded that there's stereotypes and stuff like that, because I think that society has put a lot of examples to women that you need to be like this. And as Alexa said, sometimes the corporations and stuff like that makes those types of stereotypes to fit in what the products to the people and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because every beauty stereotype has been violent and supported by ourselves. So that's why they are 100% a social construct.
Yeah. So, what do you think, all of us, you, Frida, and Alexa, and Leonardo, what do you think that us teenagers and all the people in general, but as we have mentioned, that teenagers like are the most one pressured by this type of stuff. What do you think that we should do about this?
Well, right now there are some changes that, for example, the magazines or the corporations makes that do not use Photoshop in their photos, because that I don't know how to say it, but can you explain it for me?
Yeah, like we all know that Instagram photos and those things for fashion stuff, they are not real. Like they use so many things and so many apps and stuff to make them look
Perfect.
well. And for me, the essence, as I already said, the essence of a person is the most valuable thing, and each of us are so much more than a physique, you know. And I truly believe that these things sooner or later becomes into a list plan of importance. And I also believe that it is in us to start making a change and let everyone be and look however they want. Because, well, we need to forget any stereotype and stop commenting and judging on other people, because there's always more through reason behind every change. You know, we never really know what other people are going through, and we always have to treat others how we would like to be treated. And we should also start to be more real and objective with what we see and believe in social media, because we already know that those things aren't real. And we should start focusing on what is really important, that for me is the essence. And yeah.
Liz, I'm going back a little bit to your question that you said that how we want to, like, what we could do to change this. So actually, I think the world is progressing on its own to like eradicate stereotypes and at a slow growth. Because we could see, for example, I was thinking while you were talking, as how like the swimsuits for women, like they're being more normalized for women that has a not like the stereotyped body of a woman that you want to see with a bikini, and that's something that, well, we can see how people is actually trying to eradicate those stereotypes. But also with this comes a little problem. I want to make a little root of the topic here, and it's how we should love ourselves as we are, but we should also take care of ourselves, because with this that I said of the body suits for women, there's a lot of people that says, oh no, I'm gonna be a little bit say something controversial here, but there's a lot of people that says, oh, I am fat and I am okay with this. Okay, yes, it's okay, there's no problem with your body, it's okay if you're happy with that, but you should also take care of your health. Like, even though if you are happy with that, if you actually love yourself, you should take care of yourself. Like, I'm skinny, I will not eat because I'm happy with being skinny. No, you should eat normally and be happy as how your body is it. If it stays skinny, it's okay. If it grows a little bit, it's okay. Like, you should be comfortable as how you are, and not as the not like healthy practice you do to look as how you look. Like, you should only be like be taking care of yourself without like thinking about the stereotypes too much.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
habla, habla. No, vas tú, habla.
okay, so I think that I understand your point of view. You're saying that we don't have to be like mm, always trying to improve the our physical, because as many type of fitness guys and stuff like that said, it is something really true. I mean, if you appreciate yourself and stuff like that, you're going to be like being trying to be healthy and stuff. But yeah, I think that you're making a great point. I mean, if you are unhealthy, that's something that you should be focused on, and not like being like just staying in that state. It's okay to be comfortable with something, but it's another thing to be unhealthy.
Yeah, and well, I agree, and I think that if we want social change, we need to start with ourselves, like
Loving.
totally.
I just want to say that I'm agree with Leo that something that you said with the swimsuits, because it is how can I say it? It is normal to. Okay, after thinking about what I was going to say, I agree with Leo that about what you said about swimsuits, because we are used to the fact that only a skinny woman can use bikinis, when actually everybody is a bikini body, you know? But the not normalizing obesity, because the health is first.
Yeah. So the thing that you said is very true. I mean, every type of body is it's it can fit to everywhere. I mean, it doesn't have to be like this type is just to this type of body. Maybe it can be, but not something like trying to be like you have to be like this. No, it's just an option. It's just an option, and as we all said, and you, Alexa, said already, it's the health is first, and yeah. So something that I want to ask you, like something like correlated with beauty. What do you think about Harry Styles like photos in the dresses? What do you think? Do you think that that's beautiful?
I love them.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
so
So
in everything. Like,
Kind.
yeah,
Though, like we actually do not know him, but the way that she appears and she looks it's, I don't know. I think it's the person with I can hang out because of his essence that
Yeah,
he
yeah,
Yeah,
that his essence, yeah. So for example, I don't think that it's necessarily manly or womanly, as you can say. It's something different and it's something beautiful. I mean, it's Harry Styles. I mean, yeah,
uh,
and it doesn't have to be less beautiful because he's a man in a dress. It's just different, and it's like a man in a dress. I mean, we could normalize that. Maybe some men would say, "I don't like that because it's very like weird and stuff." But for example, I have a lot of curiosity. I guess you could say that the opinion of Leonardo. What do you have to say, Leonardo?
Oh, I actually think that clothing has no gender. So you can know it. You have seen me with dress. It's something very funny. It's a fun experience. So yeah, like clothing has no gender. It's like something that we should like respect if they like to dress like that. And isn't like, oh, a woman is using a dress, she looks more beautiful, or oh, a man is using a dress, she looks ugly. No, like it's like okay, as ever the dress, as ever the look. Like there's no problem with that actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, sorry. I actually love men clothes. I use them. La ropa de mi papá. Que uso la ropa de mi papá.
Yeah, you use your dad's clothes.
Yeah, and I use my dad's clothes, and yeah, it is so cool.
and also we love, well, yeah, we love seeing boys with paint nails like black or those colors, pink, purple. We love them.
So first of all, thanks for the, the nail stuff. I'm gonna paint my nails now to be more attractive.
You
So,
should.
No. I mean, it's a thing of taste. I think it's not beautiful or not beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful everywhere you look at, but it's something that it's something like, as I said, taste. For example, I don't like. It's an example. For example, I don't like shorts in men, but it's just my taste. It is not something that I could judge and stuff like that. It's just my opinion and my state in my taste.
Yeah, like out of stereotypes, it's like beauty is something subjective. Like beauty is different from to anyone. So, like for example, you use shorts. Like out of what you said, you use shorts and you like them. I don't like shorts, and it's mainly because I'm skinny and I feel like I don't look okay with them. So like there we can see how beauty is something like subjective.
Yeah. So the beauty, as you said, is something relative, something is that you see and you see that your personality, see it as beautiful and stuff like that. But for example, as we all said there are stereotypes and stuff like that. And there are stuff like influences or mind to think, as we the rest of the podcast have said, that influences your mind and you start thinking like this is not beautiful, but it's just like it's your point of view, not society's point of view, you know.
yeah, like you start thinking that there's something wrong with you, right?
And another question that I have is, what do you think, at least for you two, and yeah, for you, Leo, sorry, how much of your time do you think of your appearance? I mean, it is something that we all like have to be like preoccupied. I think you could say. You have to be not very alert about it, but you have to be so. Yeah. You cared about that stuff, but how much time do you think you do
Well,
behind that?
talking by me, I think I take like almost like an hour. I even have a mirror on my room, but I am like I change, and actually I am like if I look more like a zombie, I like it more. I don't know why, but you know that I am pretty like activist. I am like against everything, so it's the same with these beauty stereotypes. I am like, oh, this is beauty. I will look like the other way because I don't know. I just feel like if I can't like completely fulfill these stereotypes, I will just literally go against them. So that's why I took like a solid time on the mirror because it's like I look like this and that's okay.
Yep.
So you, Frida, Alexa, tell us how much time you take because I think like as we said before, women like are more worried by their appearance than men most of the time.
Well, me, of 24 hours that the day has, I could say that I take another 6 hours and think like 30.
Yeah, it took me the whole day thinking about me and about my body.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
hard.
Even when I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming with it.
So, do you think that's something caused by the stereotypes and stuff like that, or because it's something that you perceive that you want to be like that, or is something that gets on your mind thanks to stereotypes?
Well, I think that it can be a little bit of both,
Both.
you know. Yeah, because as I already said, we have grown with those things, and that's what we know as beautiful, and this is good, this is bad, you should look like this, you should wear this, you know. And it's hard because we are, well, talking about me, I'm not like them, and feels bad.
Yeah, I get your point. I mean, as you said, it's also from my perspective, it's both. I mean, it is something that, as you said, Frida, we have grown all of our little lifetime that we have in this era. We have grown with those perspectives and those stereotypes. And as you said, it is both because as humans we are like, as I said, you could say preocupados about our appearance and something like that. But stereotypes doesn't give like a little bit of help. It just it goes further down. And for example, people start to, for example, this is like a little bit more serious, but alimentary like stuff. I mean, you could say you know what I'm talking about. I don't know the name in English, but trastornos alimenticios,
Yeah.
and it's something more serious. We as a society. I remember as a child we had like a lot of videos. Thanks to I don't know. We have the evolve. I think we could say, and we have, at least I have a little bit more of, let's say, information, or I mean a little bit more of conscious about those topics, because at least I have seen like a lot of videos thanks to the schools about that. Those so trastornos alimenticios. I don't know what you have to say.
Eating disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
the eating disorders, they are like hard stuff And it's even more difficult because you can get to lose yourself by looking something that you simply aren't, you know. Yeah.
And I think now it's more difficult for us because with the quarantine and all those things with the COVID-19, we spend the whole day in our phone, and we enter to Instagram and see all those perfect models with clear skin, perfect
Perfect
body
lives.
shape, perfect life. Eh, and I don't know, that makes us feel awkward, or I don't know the word. Yeah? You
Yeah,
got
it makes you to be insecure about yourself. Like you have this problem of being like okay with yourself because you see someone with a perfect body shape, perfect in between, and he has a lot of she, for example, has a lot of comments that oh you look beautiful and oh you are precious like that, you have a perfect body, and it's what mainly makes you feel like afraid of yourself.
Yeah, it's a very hard and a very a heavy topic. Like it's a psychological stuff that people suffer and suffer every day. Like as you said, with teenagers and more in these like quarantine times and stuff like that are. I think it is increasing and stuff like that. I mean, we have seen a lot of people like waking up. I think that's the term, like woke, and be like more conscious about the society and stuff, and not being that of, of, of worried about some stuff like that. But I think it just be something heavy stuff, and it damaged people not just physically, because it damaged them mentally and psychologically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think, Leo, about it?
I think it's something pretty like hard to talk about it because a lot of people we can't know what they think when they do these kind of things when they have these kind of problems because even though you try do your best to understand the people, you will never understand it. Like everyone sees everything from different in a different way, so it's pretty hard to like to actually like say a correct opinion about that. It's something like you could say impossible.
Yeah. It's all about perspective.
Yeah, it's all about perspective and yeah. I mean, so as I have mentioned, I think stereotypes are something that, as I already said, affect really much, or I mean, a lot to the psychological well-being of a human, because as we mentioned across this podcast, it it's something that just helps the marketing stuff and money and stuff, but to the well-being of a human to be okay with themselves, it just makes it worse. Then yeah, it doesn't help to it. So I have seen like I can't give you an example right now, but I know that I have seen like a lot of stuff. Like the first thing that I asked you, no, well, not the first thing, but the Harry Styles stuff, like it it breaks like stereotypes, and it breaks stuff like I guess you could say taboo stuff. Like it does break those types of rules and stuff like that. So maybe it's a beginning of a new earth, a new place of living. So there are all humans, as you said, that love each other and stuff like that. Because there's also the factor that people I mean, they judge and they have like their opinions, but as Leo said, it may be something sometimes a little bit impossible to give a correct opinion, and sometimes opinions heard and words heard to people, and maybe as I think Alexa said, if humans love each other, maybe it would be a better place.
Yeah, because as I already said, we should start like stop commenting and judging about other stuff because we don't know what's going on there with them. And más en estos tiempos,
More in these times.
Understand?
especially in these times, because it's something hard for everyone. We should start being more, start using our empathy.
I agree. It normalizes it, especially when there's people that laugh at it. Laugh at it. Perdón, editor, perdón. Otra vez, okay? I agree, especially, no, I agree. It normalizes it, especially when there's people that laugh at it. I think there's a difference between saying, like, for example, with the paint nails, I don't really like to paint my nails, and ew, that's gay and contributing to toxic masculinity.
Yes, so wait, before I say it, Liz, we have something else to say before I make like a little conclusion of everything. So Frida, you told us at the start of the podcast that you wanted to tell us something. So would you be so kind of telling us?
Yeah, sure. I just wanted to say that every being is beautiful in its own way. Diversity is such a blessing, like for real. And the physical is temporary, but the essence is forever. And all of us should protect ours at all costs. And that's it.
So yes, like making that was something great. And making like a little conclusion, if you have noticed, like the last podcast we have done, it's like all about racism, accepting others, and taking with this and like an end of this podcast, like of this season. I just want to say that I make a little conclusion, and it's that we should love ourselves as how we are, and we should love others as how they are. Except if they kill dogs or they have some kind of psychopathy. But out of that, we should like accept everything, every race, every religion, every sexual orientation, every body shape, every look on your face. Like you should love everyone as how they are, and you should love yourself, especially like you should accept yourself, love yourself, like be comfy with yourself because we are everything for us. Like we born alone and we will die alone. So you should be okay with you. You should be okay with what it's around you. You should be happy because we only have one life.
As the song says, all we need is love. I'm sorry, that's
But that's great, and that's true.
yeah. So see you the next year, guys.
The next year, and thank you, Frida and Alexa, for being such a great guest.
Getting us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you to the editors
To the editor.
for the
You're
great job
right.
that you've done. So yeah,
Also to our producer, because we haven't said thanks to him. Also to the people that manage the social media, the people that the creativity team.
yeah.
So everything that is involved on this podcast. So thanks for letting us be here, for letting us like talk to the people about something and
Thanks to Colegio Rex also.
like right, because it wouldn't be like this. If Colegio Rector told us, to the teacher Rafael Celorio, to my mom, to my dog, my cat.
Yeah. We know. Let's end it. Bye
So,
bye.
no, but before that, a little phrase, and it's just vibe with a purpose.